Hey there, comic book fans. I'm John Andersen. I just watched episode 17 of Gotham, and my class ran a little late last night, so I wasn't able to watch it live, so I watched it this morning. That's why this video is going up a little bit late. Regardless, there's a lot of good stuff going on in this episode, so before I get into it, keep in mind I'm going to be going through key plot points from the episode, so if you haven't seen it yet, here is your spoiler warning. And there it goes. So it was apparent last episode that Jim was going after the person that set him up, and by the end of this episode he discovers that it was Enigma and gets him arrested in the process. Now I'm starting to notice a pattern through the episodes on the back half of the season that the major plot points are only having a 2-episode arc. Like you had Penguin in Arkham, you had Bruce tracking down Matches Malone, and you had the whole Mr. Freeze plotline. Which I kind of like because there's so much to the Batman mythos in the comics that they want to explore. And I feel like other shows might take, like, say, this Riddler plotline and stretch it for the rest of the season and not have a lot to go off of. The only issue I had is that I feel like Riddler shouldn't have been caught that easily since he's such a smart character in the comics. But then again, this is an origin story for the villains of Gotham, so he's got to kind of learn how to be the Riddler in a sense. Again, he's not there quite yet. But because Jim was able to capture him so quickly, I think that'll fuel his obsession with this idea of being smarter than everybody, and I think Hugo Strange will definitely assist in that regard. Then following the Penguin's father's funeral, the Van Dahl family wants nothing to do with Penguin anymore, but the mother makes a stupid decision and having him be a servant for them. This leads to Penguin discovering the poison that killed his father and sends him back on the train to Crazyville. Which, by the way, was really disturbing, seeing how he tested the poison on the dog, and then he literally fed the siblings to the mother. Like, it was really hard to watch, but at the same time, I was kind of intrigued because I'm so happy that we get this crazy Penguin again, because I wasn't buying into this nice guy Penguin that needed to go. And finally, we get the return of Barbara Keene, who Hugo Strange lets free because he's kind of curious to see what she's going to do. Which I think is code for the writer saying, we don't really know what we're going to do with Barbara, so let us know what you guys think. And I think they're intending on making her good again because they're trying to rekindle a relationship with her and Jim. And I think the writers are kind of backed in a corner because they had her first, she was good, but she wasn't interesting and boring. Then they made her crazy, kind of Harley Quinn-esque. And then they killed her off, but they were like, well, we kind of need her to get Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, aka Oracle, in this universe somehow, so they brought her back basically just for that reason. And that kind of concerns me because I don't like how they keep flip-flopping this character, because in the comics Barbara Keene is the mother of Batgirl, and that's really all we need her for. And I think the writers realize that's all we need her for also, but I hope they don't throw in a silly plot line to make her uninteresting or over the top again. So that's my thoughts on episode 17. If you guys like this video, be sure to share and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook at John Ryan Andersen, or on Instagram and Twitter at The Comic Book. Remember guys, as always, comics do deserve a second one.